Welcome to downtown Frankfort for the Bicentennial, or actually the 200-year anniversary for Indiana as the torch passes through Clinton County, stopping on the north side of the Frankfort Square. We want to thank Ellis Jewelers, Encompass Credit Union, Wampler Services Incorporated, Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, and Susan Casper State Farm Insurance for helping to make this possible. So we're on the north side of the square. Actually, you'll appreciate Ellis Jewelers giving us a wonderful perch above Ellis Jewelry so that we can take a look. What's going to happen is fourth graders from all over Clinton County are going to come here. There should be several hundred of them, and they'll be given a nice birthday wish to Indiana, and they'll be singing happy birthday to them. So Shan Sheridan will be here soon to help with the color and the report for you. Once again, if you just tuned in, you're watching the Bicentennial Torch Relay Celebration on the north side of the Frankfort Square. This is stop number 71 out of 92 counties. And it all ends on October the 15th in Indianapolis. It started down on the Ohio River, and before it got here, it worked its way all the way up to the northeast corner of Indiana. So there are quite a few miles already on that torch. I did not figure out how many miles are on the torch so far. It'll be interesting to see how many miles total there would be. It'd be fascinating. So we do appreciate Susan Casper State Farm Insurance, Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, Wampler Services Incorporated, Encompass Credit Union, and Ellis Jewelers for helping us be here today. The timing of this is a little bit flexible. Someone, as we speak, is bringing that torch closer and closer and closer to where we are right now. And it's already started the process at the Clinton County Tipton line. So right before this torch made its way to where we're going to see it today, it was in Tipton was its prior stop. Hey, and there's Shan Sheridan. It's good to have you here, Shan. I think you have not been bored.
No, we haven't been bored at all. It's been a great day for Clinton County and the state of Indiana as we celebrate the 200th anniversary, 200th birthday of Indiana this year, 2016. When you think back, 1816, no drones, no internet, no electricity.
It was a different. It was a different. Later. Did they even have lights? No. They had oil.
They had oil. They had oil.
Yeah.
Fuel oil lamps, and so we're real excited for today. This would be our culmination. We had a fashion style show, I should say, representing all the different eras since 1816. Here just a few weeks ago, the homemakers of Clinton County did a fabulous job with that, and sponsored by the Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, and we are partnering today with the Healthy Communities, Clinton County Healthy Communities, and we are really appreciative of Carol Price and her organization.
She's worked really hard on this.
Yes, absolutely. We gave them charge of the torch relay coming into Clinton County, and they've done a great job. And so a lot of great partners between city and county officials, the Chamber of Commerce and Clinton County Economic Development, and we got and the school corporations. We have all school corporations represented here this afternoon when they all get here, and we are going to listen to some great music by them and hear a few.
In fact, I'm picking that up right now with the wireless.
Oh, that's fantastic. They're kind of running through the musical cues for today's program. We have been told by the state police that this is not going to be a stop. They're not. The torch will actually continue through. We will continue our celebration, but the torch will be handed off in front of our podium, and it will just be a brief moment, and then the torch will continue on north to Carroll County.
That's a little bit of a curveball, isn't it?
Yeah, we received that curveball about 10 minutes ago, so we're trying to kind of get our hands around that.
I'm not sure I want to argue with the state police. No. If they say it's just passing through, there's nothing to see here, we're going to go ahead and go with their cue, I'm sure.
That's right. The torch will be passed from the mayor, Mayor Chris McBarnes, to Mary Ann Smith Orr, and she will be taking it on north as we continue to make the relays. And we've got a lot of good information to share with you throughout the broadcast today, and we'll be talking more about the 200th birthday of Indiana and this bicentennial celebration here in good old Clinton County.
Well, what were a couple of the curveballs that you've already dealt with just behind the scenes to give people a clue of what it takes to put all this on?
Well, you can imagine a massive celebration like this for 92 counties and 6.5 million people. So when you think about that, if you get things in perspective pretty quickly. The Bicentennial Committee that was put together have done a great job. It started off a little shaky with just with so many different ideas, so many different people, and of course when you have 92 counties and 92 different county coordinators and then another 100 people out behind all of those folks trying to come up with different things, they've done a great job of narrowing this thing down and getting every county has been able to do something. We did the style show working with the homemakers, and of course the torch relay celebration here today. But many counties have got, they've got exhibits. We had an exhibit earlier this year with some of our cars at the Thursday Thunder, some of the different eras of cars at Thursday Thunder, bringing down the oldest to the newest. We had a 1903 Oldsmobile, and then we just kept moving up the food chain to present day. So we've all been a part of doing something to celebrate the birthday of Indiana, but there's been a lot of different things happening. Of course, this will all culminate in a big celebration. December 11th is the birthday party because that is the actual day that Indiana became a state in 1816.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I see you have not only the bicentennial flag, the Clinton County, the flag of Indiana, and of course the Stars and Stripes. And my compliments, the person who put those flags up. I think that they get their own right. Actually, I have to tell you, I think I was a scoutmaster for 14 years. I think those flags, since they're in front of the lectern, they are pretending to be audience, so they'd be flipped around to the other side, I think.
Well, actually, we were told that the American flag has to be on the right of the speaker.
Its own right.
And its own right. Okay.
So since it's in front of the lectern,
okay,
it's now an audience, so boop, it flips around.
Okay. Well,
that's like flag 501, I think.
Well, I didn't set the flags up, but I was someone a lot smarter than me said that was the way it was supposed to be, and I said, okay, whatever you think. So
okay.
So we'll go with that, but I'm not too sure I want to go and change that.
That would be a problem. Wouldn't it?
We do have the band coming in from. We've got a variety of. This is the Clinton Central group coming in right now, and they're going to be playing. And we always appreciate Clinton Central. They're always one of the first ones to respond and say, hey. We're in this thing. We're going to help, and how we can participate. And they always are willing to participate. So they're going to be helping us out, playing some music today as we celebrate Indiana's birthday here in Clinton County.
Anything else that you would like to bring out? I know we have the torchbearers. I've gone through those once, but I'm not suggesting that necessarily, but I know that you have several things that you might want to showcase here. Shan, what's your pleasure?
Well, I don't know if you've shared that the torchbearers were chosen from nominations by each county. Clinton County had 42 nominations. Out of those 42 nominations, 20 were chosen because that is our limit, 20 torchbearers. Interesting notes about the torch. The torch was designed and built by Purdue University.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah. It's a Hoosier-made high-tech torch designed by the Purdue engineering students, staff, and faculty for the 21st century torch relay. It's inspired by the Indiana state flag, and it is 23.5 inches tall and 8 inches in diameter.
I can see these Purdue students saying, now we want gold, but what's the lightest we can make it? And it has to be strong.
Well, it's an aluminum shell. And it weighs a total of less than 5 pounds, so it's about 4.9 pounds in weight. Highly reliable burner assembly. It's inspired by oil lamps and the tiki torch. And its automatic shutoff base, it has an internal electronic gyroscope so that it will actually shut off if it is tilted or if it falls. So this is a very high-tech torch. This torch alone is probably somewhere, if you're talking about inventing this and marketing this, somewhere around $10,000. So
wow.
pretty amazing assembly. It's fueled by Indiana-made E85, which is great. It's good
It's
ethanol.
corn, so it's fueled by corn.
That's right. 185 gas stations through the state of Indiana, of course, sell E85, and that is good old Indiana corn ethanol.
That's clever.
And we're glad for that. GPS for high accuracy, near real-time positioning and tracking, so that the torch is tracked literally minute by minute. It is tracked by the Indiana State Police and, of course, the Bicentennial Committee officials. So,
And that's all part of that poundage. That weight has
right.
to incorporate those electronics.
inside the torch is a high-definition camera, and it will take photos or videos. And it is also connected to social media, so you can follow the flame. That's the whole mantra that we've had throughout this process, following the flame as we celebrate Indiana's 200th birthday.
Have you got on the website to see where it is?
I haven't today, but yes, I have been able to get on the website to see how things have been going.
Can you actually see it move, or does it? That's pretty cool.
It's got Wi-Fi connectivity, so it connects to Wi-Fi pretty relatively easily. It is a replaceable and rechargeable lithium battery. Has the automatic shutoff, as I mentioned, and that it is, and it can demonstrate in winds up to 30 miles per hour. And we may be pushing that a little bit today. I don't think we may have some gusts of 12 to 15.
Well, you got to think that they're going to be running, so that,
Right.
that you kick in another 10 mile an hour or
Right.
so.
And for all of you parents who are very, very nervous about your child being a torch relay runner, we have a child-friendly torch. It was designed by the Purdue Engineering Group, and it was designed by the EPICS class, which is
So for their run, do they switch torches if
Yes.
it's somebody like a
So
5
they
or
will-
6, 7-year-old?
That's it. They model. So this is modeled to be after the real torch, but it is 14 inches high, less than a pound. It makes up the torch. It is easily carried by youngsters. It has a translucent flame that resembles the shape of the flag of Indiana. That's in the torch of that's in the flag of the state of Indiana, and it's got bright colored LED lighting inside it. So you might not want to get it too close to the observatory, but it is because it is bright.
There ought to be a law,
Yeah, there should be a law. I think there is one here in Clinton County.
I guess there is.
Of course, this torch has also been used and will continue to be used for the educational purposes in Indiana history classes throughout the state. In fact, we have the buses arriving now. With,
Right, I saw Clinton Central go by, and it looks like another
well,
one.
our buses are coming in with our fourth graders, which that of course is the class for the state of Indiana history.
And what I'll do when things start really moving there, I'm going to hand the microphone over to you, and I'll start working the camera for you.
Okay.
And so we'll be able to get a little bit more attention on the camera. Right now, not a lot to see, but I'm
No.
sure pretty soon there will be.
Yeah, I'm going to go take one more gander downstairs and talk to the folks down there. We're about 30 minutes away from being here, I think, active as far as the torch is concerned. So I'm going to go down and check on a couple of things, and we'll be back rejoining you here in a little bit.
And while you do that, I'm going to go down through all the Clinton County torch bearers,
Okay,
person
great.
by person, and
Absolutely.
give a short.
Great group of people.
Yeah, they
Great
really
group of
are.
people. Thank you.
Okay, so Shan Sheridan is going to button up a few things down there. As he indicated, things are starting to happen on the square. You see the bus that is just pulled up. I think I see Clinton Prairie is at least one of those, the front one. Not sure who the second one is. I know Clinton Central already went by as well. And so some fourth graders are definitely starting to come in with I'm sure parents, grandparents, and having a lot of fun. So you can see the street has been blocked off appropriately, so we can be safe as the kids. There's Shan Sheridan going across now, doing some double checking. So the torch bearers for Clinton County, these were nominated, and then some 20 torch bearers were selected out of about 42 nominations, give or take. Dr. Joseph Dominic will be a torch bearer, or was. He may have already done his job. And he's a retired Frankfort physician, family medicine. And he serves on the County Health Department Board and Open Door Clinic Board, and is representing the healthcare profession in Clinton County. Another torch bearer we have is Captain Brendan Bright, with the Clinton County Sheriff's Department for the last 14 years. He's an avid runner and past board member of the United Way for Clinton County, and he's representing the Clinton County Sheriff's Department. Esmeralda Cruz is another torchbearer we have, health and human sciences educator at Clinton County Purdue Extension Service. Esmeralda grew up in Frankfort and received both her bachelor's and master's degree from Purdue University, where the torch was designed. We just went through that a little bit. Esmeralda is a shining example of the talents and gifts the Latino community brings to Clinton County. Also, Connie Garrett, retired coach at Clinton Prairie, coaching volleyball, basketball, and track. Highlights of her coaching years include 24 sectional, 6 regional, 4 semi-state championships in volleyball. Garrett was inducted into the Volleyball Hall of Fame in 1997. Then Connie Garrett also led a basketball team in 1997 to a Class A state championship, being inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2004. Connie Garrett. Another person running the torch for us is Marianne Orr, and I think he said that's who's going to get the torch from Mayor McBarnes as it goes through. And keep in mind, they're not going to be stopping much. They're going to just pretty much relay it, so we will be capturing that on our video for you. So Marianne Orr is a lifelong resident of Clinton County, and Marianne was a 3-sport athlete at Clinton Prairie. She's a member of the Purdue Athletic Hall of Fame, where she is in the top 10 for most records in Purdue volleyball. And Marianne Orr also was selected first team All-American, the first Big Ten player in volleyball, and also Purdue Female Athlete of the Year in 1985, and Big Ten Player of the Year for the entire Big Ten Conference, Player of the Year in 1985. Congratulations to Marianne Orr, who will be taking this. So I think Shan's going to give us a relay here, and I'm going to let you enjoy the sights and sounds of the square as I turn up the feed right from the square. You can see, kind of get the feeling of the buzz there. So that's kind of the feeling that you get down there on the square. Just had a conversation with Shan Sheridan. We're doing a few logistics as you can tell. I mean, we don't do this every day. We don't have 300, 400 kids on the square and live video stream it every day. This is kind of a new experience for all of us. There, you got a close up of some of these kids. They might be even doing a little bit of practicing here and there. Those look like Clinton Prairie kids to me, don't they? I see a lot of black and red. Clinton Prairie colors, of course. And then, if we move over here, you can see that the Frankfort Band is going to be playing. And there's a great shot there of the Frankfort High School marching hot dogs. And you see some bass drum and some trombones and the big, I think I see a tuba or two there. So again, welcome to downtown Frankfort, to the north side of the square. We want to thank our sponsors who are making this possible: Ellis Jewelry, Wampler's Services Incorporated, Encompass Credit Union, Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, and Susan Casper, State Farm Insurance. We talked a little bit about Marianne Orr. and she is going to be picking up the, I believe do the honors of picking up the torch right from the mayor at this ceremony. Then Helen Rails will receive, I believe, the torch from Marianne. She's a retired teacher and counselor for Clinton Central School Corporation and has been a 10K runner for 10 years. Helen Rails is a resident of Wesley Manor Retirement Community, and she proves that nothing is impossible no matter your age, and continues to serve her community in many capacities. Congratulations to Helen Rails. Jerry and Barb Seeger, a married couple serving as torchbearers, live in the Mulberry area of Clinton County, and they're a farming family that started back in 1834. And Barb and Jerry served their community through their church, Boy Scouts, and Masonic Lodge. They were honored as Clinton County Gems and continue serving to this day. And I might mention that Jerry Seeger indeed was the president of Camp Column as well, not even mentioned in the bio here, but served 3 or 4 years, I think, as president. And he still continues to serve on the board at the Camp Column Foundation for Youth, which, of course, is owned. Camp Column is owned by the children of Clinton County. So there's a view of the kids that own Camp Column right there as they're getting ready. Looks like they might be waving an Indiana flag, if I'm not mistaken. And so that is Jerry and Barb Seeger. Let's go next to Larry Price. Larry will be bearing the torch, and he received the Distinguished Hoosier Award from former Governor Mitch Daniels, who is now serving as president of Purdue University. And Larry Price received it for community service, including Partners in Progress, Clinton County Economic Advancement Foundation, Frankfort Rotary, Frankfort Main Street, Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, Healthy Communities of Clinton County, Frankfort Country Club, and his church, St. Matthew United Methodist Church. Larry represents the business leaders that serve as community leaders and volunteers. Our next torchbearer we're going to talk about and spotlight is Judge Bradley Moeller. Brad Moeller served Clinton County as the circuit court judge in his 13th year practicing law. Brad helps his brother and father farm the family farm and serves Clinton County in many ways, including his church, First Christian Church, Frankfort JC's, Wesley Manor Board of Directors, and also the Clinton County Community Foundation, just to name a few. Alan Dunn is another torchbearer. Alan serves as Clinton County Council President in a most professional and thoughtful manner. I think we would agree with that, most people. And he also serves on the airport board, if I'm not mistaken. He's a respected businessman, community leader, as well as a successful farmer, following his father and grandfather's footsteps in the area of farming. I'm going to pull this back. There we go. They're waving their flags. That's kind of fun, isn't it? Indiana flag, I'll betcha. Happy birthday to Indiana from the children of Clinton County. And then we have, after Alan Dunn, we have Chief Troy Bacon, who will also be bearing the torch. And Police Chief of Frankfort, Troy, has dedicated his career to public service and serving as a community leader and such to represent all community law enforcement in a positive way. In fact, Chief Troy Bacon was serving the community by being on WILO Party Line talk show even this morning. Cindy Shoup Casey, along with her sister Amy, have built a small family business, and they begun by their parents. They grew it into a nationally known company. Cindy and Amy have taken that on to some wonderful things. In fact, Shoup's Country Foods and Catering also has made a mark with the NFL as they lead the team that supervises all of the Super Bowl food vendors each year and have done so for the past 4 years. I see Shan Sheridan is making his way across the street, possibly. We'll see. I see some tuning going on there with the band. That's the Frankfort Marching Hot Dogs. So that is Cindy Shoup Casey. They've done that catering for the NFL for the last 4 years. Our next torchbearer we're going to spotlight is Stephen Glover, and he's owner and operator of a family-owned business, Glover's Ice Cream, which began in 1925 with his grandfather. Steve has expanded the local ice cream business, and he now serves an area radius of 75 miles and has increased the flavor offerings from 6 to 50. Universities, including Purdue, Anderson, and Taylor, are major customers, and so those Purdue, Taylor, and Anderson students are enjoying Glover's ice cream, maybe even today, maybe even right now as we speak. Our next torchbearer that we're going to spotlight, Addison Miller, age 10, is the youngest Clinton County torchbearer, and she began her service to the community at age 5. Addison Miller planned her first lemonade stand to raise money for backpacks and school supplies for less fortunate children in Clinton County. And she received names of children in need from Clinton County Boys and Girls Club each year and raised between $100 and $400 each and every year. Another project that she's been involved in is Soul Hope, making shoes for children in Uganda. So congratulations, Addison Miller, age 10. Another one of our torchbearers. So we're going from age 10 all the way to Leroy Good, Paxton Media Times Newspaper Citizen of the Year, chosen by the newspaper. And in 2014, Leroy is the local county historian at age 96. And Leroy Good recently donned his World War II uniform, which still fit him for the Bicentennial style show. And his historical knowledge of Clinton County and his collection of memorabilia could create a museum itself. Our next torchbearer is Meredith Bud Wainscott. And Bud Wainscott is a retired Frankfort coach of tennis and basketball who retired to Texas in 1985. But it wasn't long before he found his way back to Frankfort and currently plays competitive tennis and is again serving as the Frankfort High School tennis coach at age 83. And I think before he came to Frankfort as a coach, he also served as the coach there in Rossville as well. I'm going to get a little bit bigger angle shot there for you so you can see the kids coming. It's starting to be quite a gathering on the north side of the square in Frankfort. So that was Bud Wainscott. Joe Root is our next torchbearer, and Joe served as a Frankfort deputy for many years and currently serves his community as Veteran Service Officer. Veterans are a passion for Joe. He served as a U.S. Marine and most recently was instrumental in creating the Clinton County Way Memorial on the courthouse lawn. That's on the south side of the square. So we're on the north side, and of course the memorial that Joe Root spearheaded is on the south side of the courthouse square. And David Moeller is a fifth-generation Moeller farmer, and we're going to highlight him as a torchbearer. David Moeller is a Purdue graduate, farming 2,800 acres, and in 2010, Moeller Farms was named Indiana Farm Family of the Year. And David is a passionate volunteer, helping as basketball coach at the YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, and Rossville Schools, among many other volunteer positions in the community. Our next torchbearer we want to highlight is Jeremy Payne. Congratulations to Jeremy Payne. He's serving in his 8th year as firefighter to the Frankfort Fire Department. And Jeremy has a community service is Jeremy's motive for becoming a firefighter and represents the profession well. Jeremy Payne. Chris McBarnes, our mayor, second term of the city of Frankfort. Mayor McBarnes is actually going to be delivering the torch to the square here today. Mayor McBarnes became the youngest mayor, I believe he was 23 at the time, in Indiana when he was elected in 2011. And he continues to serve the community tirelessly as well. And great competence as a leader, and he bringing all generations of residents along the journey. He's been able to inspire young and re-engage the senior citizens. And I can't remember the percentage that he was actually reelected, but I think it was way up there, something like 75-80% of the people voted for Chris McBarnes in the last election. Grant Clark is the last person that we're going to highlight right now, and he is a Clinton County cross-country champion. Grant is a senior at Rossville High School. Grant is representing the youth in Clinton County as he is a capable student leader in his community serving various capacities. Grant Clark, congratulations for being selected as one of the torchbearers as well. If you just tuned in to WILO TV, be sure to tell your friends, give them a call. Say, hey, if you want to look at the live video stream, go to www.wilotv.com, wilotv.com, and you can see the gathering of kids here on the north side of the square. And we sure do want to give a big hats off to the people that allow us to be here today. Thank you so much to Ellis Jewelers, Encompass Credit Union, Wampler Services Incorporated, Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, and Susan Casper State Farm Insurance. You might consider giving them a thank you for helping us with the cost, expense, organization time to make this happen. And okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and Mike.
All right, thank you very much, Russ. Hey, I'm here with one of our torch runners. Marianne, have you already ran yet, or are you going to run later?
I'm getting ready to run. When it gets here to the podium, then I'll take it from the mayor and go about 3.5 blocks.
That's right. I just remembered that as I'm remembering the program now. Marianne, of course, great Clinton Countyan, great volleyball player. You're always known for your volleyball because we look at your height and we see your athletic prowess, but you're a lot more than that. You guys are farmers. You guys got a great family here in our community. What does this mean to you?
Oh, thank you. I love Indiana. So it's wonderful to represent Clinton County in this torch relay. And, I have so many friends here. I grew up here, wonderful people in Clinton County and the great state of Indiana. So it's just nice to be representing, be a little part of it.
Absolutely. Representing families, representing athletics, you're representing, our community, and you're representing the farm community as well.
Yes, thank you. And I for the most part, I'm just part-time farmer, but I am full-time volunteer, my husband says.
Absolutely. That's a good way. Hey, some advice, just don't trip.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Marianne Orr Smith Orr. Marianne Smith Orr. So, and we may get a couple of more interviews here as we get things going here, Russ, as the torch will be making its way here relatively soon. We're hoping at about 1 o'clock today that we'll be able to see the torch. But for a moment, I'm going to send it right back up to you, and then we'll look at interviewing someone else here in just a little bit on this momentous occasion of the 200th birthday of Indiana celebration here in Clinton County.
Okay, thank you very much, Shan Sheridan on the square. Everything went great on that. We see a cacophony of colors now on the north side of the square. It's truly a wonderful spectacle, and we'll give you a little tour here of what's going on. There you see several hundred people now gathered on the north side of the Frankfort Square. And we just interviewed, of course, Marianne Orr bearing the torch for Clinton County, along with 19 or so other people. We have the Frankfort Marching Hot Dogs. We have Rossville decked out in their red shirts. We have Clinton Central decked out in their green. And, of course, I see a lot of red and black, so obviously that's Clinton Prairie. And then we have right there, it looks like we have Green Meadows and Suncrest as well. So hey, the gang is all here. Fourth graders from all over Clinton County. I think they said about 400 of them. Let's kind of zero in here and see if we can see some smiling faces as we slowly pan the crowd. There's Suncrest there, obviously. And these fourth graders, it's my understanding, are taking civics class, Indiana history. And that's one of the reasons that they actually are using this as a lesson for their Indiana history class. And what better way to learn than to do? Okay, and there's Shan Sheridan, and he's ready. Okay, we are ready, Shan, if you want. Maybe he's got this microphone. He's doing some organization there and discussing logistics, I'm sure.
What time? time. Okay. It is coming after 1.
And then moving along here, you see
All right, we got time.
the Stars and Stripes, the Indiana state flag,
I'm going over here.
and then we also have the Bicentennial flag
Hello, guys.
as well.
Hey, Shane, how are you?
Open it up. Here's this.
Hey, back on camera now. You're online. Boy, you got to get your good face on. You got to get your camera face way that. Oh, he's zooming right in on you. This is HD.
All right.
Hey, I'm here with Brad Moeller, of course, one of our judges here in Clinton County, but also one of the relay torch bearers, as your family has been representing Clinton County.
Yes. Yeah, 3 of us are running. We've got different legs out on 75 heading towards Carroll County.
That's fantastic. Now you're going to carry. You haven't ran yet.
Not
You're
yet.
You're going to be picking up the leg up north, going north. Of course, it is coming in from Tipton on the east side, and then make its way downtown Frankfort. The mayor will be bringing it into Frankfort, and then passing it on to Mary Ann Smith Orr, and then that's when you guys will take it up north.
Yes. Yeah, and it's great. As I looked at the list of people, it's a great mix of people, young, old, all different parts of the county, different backgrounds and service areas, so it's just a great mix of people.
Brad, what does this mean to you as personally, as a judge here in Clinton County, and you as a father and a family member of the Moeller family who have been chosen as a farm family here in Clinton County to be nominated and to be selected?
Yeah, it's a real honor, particularly with the background we've had in the community, and it's just nice to see all the people come together. You know, and in my job at the court, sometimes you feel like all you see are the negatives in the community, and you see all these kids here, they're excited, you've got all the community support. It's just nice to see the positives and kind of celebrate what our county has and what our state has.
And thanks to Casper Media with WILO and Shine 99 and Clinton County Daily News, we've got this captured now, and these 4th graders can watch this when they're 55, like 54 years old, like me. I made myself a little older.
Absolutely. Oh, you don't do that. You can't take that back. But yeah, it's great for all the kids, and to have all the schools here and a whole group. You know, 4th grade, they study Indiana history, so it fits in exactly with what they're doing. So it's just a great opportunity for them.
Well, the torch will be coming in about 15 minutes, we're saying, so I'm going to let you get back out here and enjoying the festivities, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Shan.
I almost called you Coach, but we'll say.
I do that too.
I know, I thought that. So a volunteer coach like me, good and a great judge. Thank you very much, Judge.
Thanks, Shan. Appreciate your help.
Okay, thank you so much, Shan. Great interview. Brad Moeller, he's the one of our 2 judges. You have a circuit court judge and a superior court judge. I think he's the circuit court judge, if I'm not mistaken, and Justin Hunter is the superior court judge, if I remember correctly. So a beautiful splash of colors in downtown Frankfort, and we'll go to Shan again.
All right, Russ Casper is sending it back down to us here at ground zero, trying to keep the flag alive. President Scott Shoemaker, President of the Commissioners of Clinton County, Scott Shoemaker, and also Deputy Chief Police Officer for the Frankfort City Police. You're just an all-around good guy.
That's right. Yeah, what an awesome weather. The weather's great down here. There's a lot of people. This is a great event for Frankfort and Clinton County. I mean, I'm just impressed with the turnout down here, and I think the torch is almost here, is it not?
Yeah, the torch is on its way. They're telling us that probably in about 13, 14 more minutes that the torch will be making its way into Frankfort. We know that it's in Clinton County. That's the good news. So, and hopefully, barring any issues, we'll have it here shortly. What does this mean to you personally, Scott? I mean, you've grown up here in Clinton County. You're a public servant in so many ways than just the county commissioner and the police. But you know, this is your place. This is your home. What does this mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here 33 years of my life, and to have this 200th year anniversary and the Bicentennial and to the torch to come to Frankfort and Clinton County. I mean, it's great. I think it's great for these kids here that are looking up at us and what we put on, and also looking up at civil servants. And I think it's a great opportunity for kids to be involved in the government and one day be in my spot, you know. And so that's what we're trying to do, be role models. This is a great event. Thankful to people like you and others that put stuff like Carol Price and her team. What an awesome day.
Absolutely. Scott, thank you so much. Keep up the great work, man. You're doing awesome work. Appreciate it. Scott Shoemaker, President of the Clinton County Commissioners, also Deputy Chief, just newly promoted Deputy Chief Police Officer here for Frankfort, the city of Frankfort. I'm going to be joining you upstairs here in just a little bit, Russ, as we're getting closer, the torch making its way into Clinton County, and we'll be heading to Frankfort here very shortly.
Thank you so much, Shan. appreciate that. We are able to bring this to you because of the generosity of and community spirit-minded folks like Ellis Jewelers, Encompass Credit Union, Wampler Services Incorporated, Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, and Susan Casper, State Farm Insurance. Thank you so much for helping us be here and record this and feed it live worldwide on WILO TV. So obviously things are happening, and so.
All right, Russ, we found Joe Root running around here, our Veterans Affairs administrator here for Clinton County, also part of the Utility Service Board and former County Sheriff Department, Joe Root, and one of our torch relay bearers. Well, you've already ran. I've talked to two folks that are getting ready to run. So how did the experience go?
Well, it was a great honor to be chosen by the people of Clinton County to represent this county in the torch relay. I picked the torch up at the Tipton County line, and I didn't run, by the way. I'm a better driver than a runner. So we took it to 500 East, and I handed off to Alan Dunn in his green John Deere tractor, and he was headed towards Frankfort when I left him.
Awesome. So it's happened, and what when you say it's an honor as being an official here in Clinton County and a public servant, what does this mean to you personally?
Well, it means so much that the people here have given me this honor, because not everyone that was nominated, first step you had to go through was to be nominated, and then the nominating committee selected from them. So I thought it was a great honor, being a former Marine, to be able to do this for the residents and the veterans from Clinton County.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Joe. We appreciate your service, appreciate your time today, and we're looking forward to the celebration.
Yep, me too. I really appreciate WILO for putting this on live, because there's a lot of people that can't get out and come to this, but they can sure watch it on WILO radio.
That's right. And WILO TV and Shine 99 TV. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Joe Root. Let's listen in a little bit as they practice back home in Indiana. Fantastic. I hope you're able to get that, Russ, and we hope that we're able to get the good audio to you. I'm going to be coming upstairs now, I believe. I think I've captured just about all the folks I can capture here to talk to. I was hoping to maybe talk to Mr. Leroy Good, and we still might be able to find him a little bit later. He was hanging around over here by the old car, and we'll see. Oh, I did find Leroy Good. I'm gonna go over here and talk to Leroy Good, our oldest torchbearer, Leroy Good, and I'm gonna make my way over here to Leroy right now. Leroy, you're on live all over the world right now. If you look over there, Mr. Russ Casper up there waving at you at the old Ellis. You know where he's. You know, that's kind of an interesting history where he's at right there, don't you?
Yeah, used to be a newspaper printing building.
But after that, it was WILO.
Yes, for quite a few years.
When Mr. Casper came to town, it was the WILO broadcasting station right there. And Russ Casper there pretending to be his dad as he's up in the window broadcasting now, not just on radio, but live streaming on World Wide Web.
Right. I heard all about it on Party Line this morning, that they was going to broadcast and televise from that window up there.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, let me tell you, have you been able to run yet? Or you been able to do the relay yet? Have you done? Are you going later?
I'm going later. I'm going in this 49 station wagon built here in Frankfort.
Fantastic.
By the U.S. Haim Company. They built wooden bodies for Plymouth cars, made station wagons.
Well, now, Leroy, you're 96 years old. You're the oldest torchbearer here in Clinton County, one of the oldest in the state of Indiana. How does this make you feel to be a part of the 200th Bicentennial?
Well, I told someone I missed the first centennial by just 4 years. So I'm lucky to make one. So I'm very thankful for that.
Well, Leroy Good is our Clinton County historian, of course, and you do so much for our county and providing so much information. I know you help me personally all the time with the chamber, trying to get us pictures and information. We can't thank you enough, and we are certainly proud of you today being a part of this great celebration.
Well, I'm certainly glad to be a part of it. I think it's a very historical thing, and it's nice that we can celebrate in this country like we do.
Absolutely. Look at all these kids here celebrating today.
That's right. That's 400 singing back home again in Indiana.
It's got to give you some, as we call them, honey puckers down south. You call them goosebumps up here. But either way, it makes you feel really proud.
Yes, it does. It's really something. This country's still the best on earth.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you and well done, Mr. Leroy Good. Also a part of our armed forces, and we appreciate a decorated veteran who served in World War II.
Thank you very much, Shane.
Thank you, brother. All right, Russ. I think I'm gonna. Hey, let's talk to Bill Miller here real quick. Russ Casper's still up there on the video. Now you're supplying John and Bill. You guys are helping us out with this 1949 Ames. Where did it come from, and how did you get it?
1948 Woody was
48, okay.
Yeah, it was made here in Frankfort by the Ushco company. They made him from 1937 till 1949 here at the old battery factory.
Let's go turn your
And,
he's broadcasting up there.
And they made about 12,000 bodies. A lot of families that came up to work at the factory are still here in Frankfort, like the Webb family, the Rissy family, Aders family. So we're honored to have it here to drive Leroy Good today.
Beautiful car, and you're driving a true gem of our city. Of course, John Miller here is with us. John, what does this day mean to you both here? I mean, having Billy here, of course, having your family here, and being such a community pillar for so many years, the Goodwin Funeral Home.
Well, today happens to be my birthday, and
happy birthday! We're going to celebrate.
And I'm honored for such a nice party you're having for me. I feel I'm so old. I was here when the state organized, but anyway.
You're not as old as Leroy.
No, Leroy's the champ. But I want to tell you, these kids marching in, singing the song, they're all getting a taste of history from the state of Indiana. And I feel so much of the time they don't get enough history in school that the rest of us did. And that's important to me, that they understand history.
Absolutely. Billy, what does this day mean to you?
It's a great celebration. I remember when the Sesquicentennial for Frankfort in 1980 was here, and this kind of reminds me a little of that. So it's a great honor to be part of, to be a Hoosier and to be here with everybody celebrating.
Leroy said he missed the first centennial by 4 years, but he got this one, so that's good. Guys, thank you very much. Thanks for helping us out today. We greatly appreciate it. So, all right, I think I'm going to roll up and run upstairs here. Russ, I'll be joining you in just a little bit.
Okay, well, thank you very much. A great job, Shan. I sure appreciate you being our eyes and ears there at the bottom area, ground zero, if you want to call it that. It's a wonderful festive atmosphere here at the north side of the square. We're celebrating 200 years for the state of Indiana. The torch is making its way toward us as we speak. I believe Mayor Chris McBarnes will be bearing the torch and handing it off to Marianne Orr. We already heard a taste of the singing from the kids as they were practicing back home again in Indiana. And so that was a wonderful sight to see and sound to hear. I would have to guesstimate there might be 1,000 people here, 1,200 people. Crowds are easy to overestimate, I know. But we have at least 400 just with the kids. And then, so we might even have 1,500 people here. What do you think? Happy birthday, Indiana, from Clinton County, one of 92 counties in the state of Indiana. We're number 71. We're 71. And let's see if Shan has got something going here. All right. So, yep, his microphone. Shan! Yeah, we got, could you tell him the microphone is not working? He may have touched the button. Yeah, the microphone is not working. It could be an easy problem. Maybe hit the button. Okay, so technical difficulties, and so we're going to catch up with that. Okay, so once again on the north side of the Clinton County Square, and it's just so great to have this going on the square. He's actually pointing out, and we're going to get some audio there from him as well. Okay. So there. Okay, so we're going to zero in on that and get his audio going. We have Courtney Kingery helping us out here. There we go. That's what we need right there. There we go.
Is it on now? Yeah. Okay, now we go. I turned it.
No problem. We were just talking about these fourth graders and what excitement it's going to be for them. When they're in high school, Shan, they'll look back on this day and they'll say, you remember the Bicentennial when we all got to come together and sing together? So it's exciting for them to participate in something like this, just to be here.
Absolutely, and we've got this archive, so they'll be able to come back and watch it and look at it when they're 30 or 40 or 50 years old and their kids and grandkids, and they got to sing back home again in Indiana.
And many of them will, because they'll want to talk to their kids about that and say, you know, I was where I was on the day of the Bicentennial. So we're proud of our kids, but teachers have done a good job bringing them all together from all the county schools so that they can do this together. That's what's fun.
Well, Joel, you are the assistant superintendent here for Frankfort Community Schools of Frankfort. This is a huge undertaking, so we appreciate you guys being supportive and working this out. How tough was to get all this coordinated?
There's a lot of organization that went behind it, but so many people believed in what this is all about and wanted to make this a special day. Everybody from our transportation directors to our superintendents, as well as all of our teachers of our fourth graders, our band and choir people. So it does take a lot of people to make something like this happen, but we had people glad to do it.
Absolutely. Joel McKinney, thank you very much, Joel. Appreciate it. I'll bump you. I'll fist bump you. So, all right. I think I'm going to try to come up there, and I think we got the mic working now. But all of the folks are celebrating and enjoying the Bicentennial celebration. I'm going to be joining you right now, Russ.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Shan, and we appreciate that very much. And it sounds like, we got that microphone ready to do its magic. And we sure want that because we want to hear some good singing by those fourth graders from Clinton Prairie, Clinton Central, Rossville, and Clinton Prairie as well. The torch is on its way. Of course, we could check on the internet. It has a little GPS embedded in it. So theoretically, we could tell you exactly where that torch is. We don't have that rigged up right now, although I'll tell you what, for 300 years we'll have our GPS ready to go. For the 300th year, we'll be able to do that.
Well, I've been
yeah, okay, so busy place, lots of anticipation, and I understand that the torch is just going to make its way right through without much of a pause. There will be some public speakers, but the torch will be on the move as it goes by. As you can see right there, 1,000, 1,200 people or so, wouldn't you think? About 400 fourth graders alone on the north side of the square in Frankfort. We do want to thank Ellis Jewelers, Encompass Credit Union, Wampler Services Incorporated, Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, and Susan Casper, State Farm Insurance, for making it possible for us to be here today on WILOTV.com. Great job, Shan. We sure enjoyed it. And
well, I was a little impromptu, but I hope that we're able to get a few folks on camera and on audio that I really thought were important to talk to, some of our torch relay.
The only audio I think we missed, you were talking over there. We saw them wave, but what did they say? Well, fill us in.
They didn't say a whole lot because they're very shy. But in fact, they're probably glad the audio was not working, but they were very happy to know that it was on the World Wide Web, and we might want to keep telling people how they can. This is going to be archived, and they can come back many times.
Not only that, but they can actually call their folks, grandparents, grandkids right now and say, hey, the torch hasn't arrived yet. Quick, www.wilotv.com, and they can watch it live.
That's right, absolutely. And we're hopeful. We're just hearing that the torch has just passed the high school, so it should be arriving anytime. So
Anytime you want to leave here and go down there, the way you did that, Mike, was just awesome.
Okay.
And so feel free to wherever you want to go.
we might do that. As I'm getting some text messages from some of the folks that were working with our drone, so I got to let him know what we're doing there. So, but yeah, that we may absolutely do that. Regarding some more interviews, I know the mayor will be passing the torch off to Mary Ann Smith-Orr that we just interviewed, so we might want to catch the mayor. Of course, they're going to go ahead and continue the celebration up here, so we may do that, and we'll keep that microphone within earshot, good audio.
Sounds great, and I'll give you a little bit better view there. We also have some Cub Scouts, I think, that have a special place there perched to ready to do some flag action, probably.
Yeah, I think they are going to be basically the bearers are the keepers of the flame for just a little bit as the torch is relayed. I know that Linda Brammel's down there working with them. The good thing about this is that we've had so many people helping. And as you heard Joel McKinney, Assistant Superintendent of Community Schools of Frankfort, share that it has just been such a great team effort. Carol Price and her directorship as the Healthy Communities Coordinator and Director have just been immeasurable help today. And we appreciate all the folks that are here celebrating this bicentennial.
Will they be accompanying the torch with the police? Will there be a siren coming? Any fanfare like that?
Yeah, there should be an escort. In fact,
Shan's checking on the escort.
Check and see if I can get my some of my facts here. Make sure that I have them. The escort, it was started out, like I said early, a variety of different things, and it's always. Has changed, not should I say always, but it has changed. It's going to go through 92 counties, 3,200 miles.
I was wondering about that, and it was kind of a trivia question. 3,200 miles, that's basically from coast to coast.
Yeah, and they're going 97 miles a day. Here we go. The caravan includes 3 state police motorcycles, 2 state police cars, 2 state vehicles out front, and as a follow-up, 1 media vehicle, state police van with gear, media truck and trailer with gear, and the official torch relay vehicle is a Subaru.
Made in Indiana, of course, over in Lafayette.
Absolutely, made at SIA Lafayette. So a lot of good things here to come as we're waiting for the torch to arrive.
I do not see necks swiveling and heads swiveling over any particular direction, so I don't think anything's arriving yet. We have a pretty good view of what might be coming. It's probably going to come north on Jackson Street from 28 would be my guess.
Actually, it's going to come west on Clinton, and then back up north, and then back across the stage, and then back north on Jackson.
Ah, very nice. Okay, so that it'll be actually coming up Main Street.
Yes, so it's actually going to come up Main Street. Now, that was the last route that I heard about an hour and 30 minutes ago. Unless something has changed, that is the direction. So we should be able to see the torch on the backside of the courthouse coming up here relatively shortly.
You know, flexibility is a virtue, no doubt, and especially at a time like this, keep rolling with the punches. Well, it looks like looks like 5. She's giving us a high 5. Maybe that means 5 minutes.
I would agree. Probably about 5 minutes. So, and I just realized that I'm thinking one of the mics may not be on down there.
Okay.
So
sounds like you have something important to do. So we don't have an elevator. We have 26 steps. 26 steps down. Turn on the microphone, and 26. This is his weight loss program. We are trying to get Shan to live longer by doing some exercise right here at the Bicentennial celebration on the north side of the square. So you're going to see Shan go down there and verify some microphone action. That would be most appropriate to make sure those mics are working. And there we go.
Yeah.
And
oh no, that's not.
Yeah, he's double checking.
That was just in case.
Yeah, Murphy's law, is if it can go wrong, it will. And then you know what Watson's law is. Murphy was an optimist, and sometimes we have to have a plan A, plan B, and a plan C. Now, I do see flashing lights over there. They say that it's going to be coming up this direction. Looks like we have a police car with lights on. This is the direction that it should be coming from. Now maybe he's just going to do a little bit of blocking to make sure that he can direct. And so he's maybe the precursor to the actual. That is a state police, though. That is a state police vehicle, and this is being escorted by the Indiana State Police. A patrol car there, and one of our Indiana's finest getting out. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. But that's the direction that the escort with the mayor, Chris McBarnes, will be coming from that direction with the torch that was designed by students at Purdue University, made of aluminum primarily, but it also has a GPS tracker on it. It is fueled, the flame is fueled with Indiana ethanol corn, a byproduct of one of the important economic drivers in the state of Indiana, which of course is the corn crop. And so the actual flame you see got its energy from the sun and went into a corn plant, and then of course made its way into the fuel tank there for the torch as Mayor Chris McBarnes brings it in. We'll keep an eye out on when we see him. He'll be coming. He was at the high school, and now he's running down. Probably Chris McBarnes, as we speak, is running down Wabash, I presume, Walnut or Wabash. Not sure which direction they're choosing. And then we should be able to see him then start to come in here anytime. We want to thank Susan Casper, State Farm Insurance, Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, Wampler's Services Incorporated, Encompass Credit Union, and Ellis Jewelers for helping make this possible. And remember, we're going to archive this as well, so we'll be able to have it up on the internet. We'll put it on YouTube so we can keep it for posterity, so that we can enjoy it for many, many years. The Bicentennial celebration, Clinton County style, on the north side of the Frankfort Square. Clinton Prairie, Clinton Central, Rossville, Frankfort. These are the fourth graders that are here right now. If we zoom in, we'll see some smiling faces. They're just pleased as can be to be out of school right now, I'm sure. This is a whole lot more fun than doing their homework, I do believe. Having fun with their friends, making memories, and also remembering the birthday for the state of Indiana in Clinton County. After Mayor Chris McBarnes drops off the torch, it will be relayed to Marianne Smith Orr. Of course, Marianne was an excellent athlete at Clinton Prairie and a coach there as well, and was actually the Big Ten Athlete of the Year. I think it was about 1985 or so. There's Suncrest and Green Meadows area, looks like, over there, and then Clinton Prairie, Rossville, Frankfort. Yes.
Getting some good footage of the fourth graders.
Yes. I'm trying to see those smiling faces. They're just pleased as punch to be out of school.
Oh, absolutely. That was one of the things that we were talking about. You asked me earlier, what did we talk about with some of the Frankfort students, and one of the kids said, well, we're at least out of school. so they were happy about that. Well, we've been told that the torch is between here and the school, and should be making its way down 28, across 28, and we're seeing it live as the torch is just almost at the jog, it looks like, of State Road 28.
That's our friend Chris McBarnes moving that.
Yeah, absolutely. Mayor of Frankfort, Chris McBarnes, moving the torch, and you can go to in.gov, and go to the Bicentennial page or to the webcam, because this is, like we said earlier, there's an HD camera in that.
And Courtney Kingery, our account executive for Lafayette, is got this on her phone, and she's just keeping us informed here.
She's much more technical than I am.
You know, she's younger than I am, and you know what that means. Pretty nimble with the internet.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Courtney. Appreciate that. We know at least where we are, pretty much at the jog, and if we can get through the jog at State Road 28, you can get through about anything in the state of Indiana.
Good point. Yeah, I'm the civil engineers that put that together actually did a pretty darn good job of I wondered when they did the jog refurb, how in the world are they going to make it work? And they sort of did.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting over the next couple of 3 years as we work with the state of Indiana, how we can possibly turn that that jog into something different that may be more workable for the residents and those that are driving through and transient through the city of Frankfort. Of course, a lot of things are happening in the city of Frankfort in Clinton County. As if you're downtown lately, a lot of the sidewalks have been torn up as we move utilities underground. And so the downtown area, all of the utilities will be soon to be underground so that we won't have any of that ugly-looking wires running, hanging around.
I think if we were here 20, 30 years ago, we would be looking through wires right now, if I'm not mistaken, even right where we are now.
I would agree, and especially right now, right here where you are, and the Arnie's Alley between Ellis's is a big hub for utilities here in the city of Frankfort.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Well, is this about what you expected, Chan?
Yeah, we knew that we were going to have a lot of kids. Fourth graders are going to be out on the lawn today, and we had invited several folks from the community, and so it looks like that we're somewhere in the neighborhood of 350, 400 folks out there on the lawn this afternoon, and it should be just a great time to celebrate and a great time to thank all the folks that have made Indiana great. One of the young people that you didn't hear in the interview did say this, and I thought it was quite appropriate. She said that Indiana is cooking.
Yeah, and that's for sure. The kids are waving their Indiana flag. Look at those blue flags, each one. They're going to be able to keep that for the rest of their lives.
Oh, absolutely. And we have, thanks to Performance Ag, Eric Franks and Performance Ag, we have a drone running around here somewhere. I should say flying around here somewhere. And we will be capturing video. And there is the torch over on the far side. You can see it. If you can grab that, capture that, you can see the caravan making its way over on Clinton Street, right in front of Flavors right now. And they will be moving on west on the south side of the courthouse and making their way back north on Main Street and then turning back east to come right here in front at the podium, and we will get the program started. So running a little behind time. This is a Michael Jackson song that they are playing. I Want You Back Again. Do you remember that one?
I Want You Back Again, and then they'll say, Back Home Again.
They are going to sing Back Home Again in Indiana here in just a little bit, but we are now officially underway. The celebration begins here in Clinton County for the 2016 and 200 bicentennial celebration, as Mary Ann Smith has got a torch in front, down a symbol of the torch down in front where the kids can see it. And Mary Ann is over to your right, Russ, if you want to grab that. She's displaying a model of the torch so the kids can see that. And she will be, of course, receiving the torch here from the mayor as the caravan makes its way. Now what's going to happen is Mary Ann has a torch and will receive the flame, and then she will take off on the north side and continue on north, I should say.
Will they have two separate torches, or will it physically be one torch that goes?
Well, that's a good question, and that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. As we know, the mayor is still waiting. We're waiting for the mayor to come around the corner, and I believe the mayor is certainly carrying, yes, he's got the torch. He's carrying the torch. He has the actual flame, and so we're going to see the flame being exchanged, much like the Olympics. The torch will be...
there he is, right there.
So here comes Mayor Chris McBarnes bringing the flame in his decorative bicentennial T-shirt, as all the torch bearers were received from the state of Indiana as being a torch bearer. Again, 42 nominations for Clinton County. Only 20 could be chosen, and Mayor McBarnes, one of the chosen for sure, and certainly a good one, as he has led our community here in Frankfort very well. And a lot of great things have happened over the last several years, or on the last 4 years of mayor's administration.
He's got his thumbs up now.
Okay, we'll probably try to catch you over there.
Yeah, here comes the flame. Isn't it great to see the flame?
So is that like a square?
As we see the mayor make his way around.
I got you.
And I may just go back down and see if I can grab an interview here in just a moment, Russ, and I'll see if I can get down.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll track it here, and we'll make sure that he's kind of raising everybody's volume level here. I'm going to pan out here because we're awfully close. There we go. All right, Mayor Chris McBarnes, when he was elected the youngest mayor in the state of Indiana. When he was elected in 2011, he was 23 years old, serving well as mayor of the city of Frankfort, and the last time he was elected, received something like 75-80% of the votes, maybe even more than that. And he's bringing it now to the center, and those kids are just loving it. And they love Chris McBarnes, too. I know that he's pretty active with serving the kids of Clinton County. He's handed it off now to Mary and
All right, can you get me, Russ?
Yes, sir, we got you.
Russ, they're exchanging the torch, the flame right now. Mayor McBarnes taking the flame, and he is going to, will not extinguish, but will light up Mary Ann Smith Orr's torch. And then that torch will continue. Let's see if we got it. Yes, we have flame. We have ignition. So the torch has been transferred from Mayor McBarnes now to Mary Ann Smith, and she will continue the torch on back east and then back north as we travel here in just a little bit. Mayor McBarnes holding up his torch and representing the city of Frankfort, and Mary Ann Smith Orr, of course, got the crowd excited as one of our county own here holding the torch high and representing the state of Indiana. As Mayor McBarnes gives us a thumbs up, and we're going to got the drone going by Performance Ag, Eric Franks, and of course we have Casper Media taking care of all of the online coverage. Mayor, as get ready to celebration. Mayor, we're going to just really take a quick, and then we're going to get started here, but how did it feel?
Oh, what an honor, Shan. This is history. This is symbolic of the greatest generation handing the torch off to the next generation. And I got to tell you, the torch is going through the greatest city in the state of Indiana, having these young people here, letting them experience this. What an excellent way to celebrate Indiana's birthday. Now it's time to carry on the great tradition of the Hoosier State into the next 200 years.
Absolutely. You did a fine job. We appreciate it. We're so proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shan. Love you, brother.
I love you too, man. God bless. We're going to continue now with the celebration.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County, the Chamber of Commerce, the Frankfort Street Department, the Torch Relay Committee, the Frankfort Fire Department, the Frankfort Police Department, the Clinton County Sheriff's Office, the schools, Clinton Prairie, Clinton Central, Rossville, and Frankfort, the Sanctus State Highway Department, the State Police, the Mayor of the City of Frankfort, and the Frankfort Times, the Channel 18, WLFI, WILO Radio, and Clinton County Daily News. So those people, let's give them a round of applause as well. And now I want to introduce two very important people, Christian Mooneyhan and William Roberts, who are going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Scott Shoemaker, President of the Clinton County Commissioners.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now the national anthem by the Frankfort Band.
Now we'd like to welcome the All-County Band who will lead us in the Star-Spangled Banner.
The All-County Band, Frankfort, Prairie, Rossville, and Clinton Central. anthem performed by the all-county band. Frankfort.
I would now like to introduce Dan Troyer, if you want to give a wave, Dan. Dan is the choir director at Suncrest. I'd like to thank Dan for working with all the county schools, with our fourth graders as they sing Back Home Again in Indiana.
See today, and now Dan Troyer will direct Back Home in Indiana, Back Home Again in Indiana, the fourth grade. Performed by the fourth grades here in all of our county schools, Clinton Central,
I would like to
Rossville,
welcome to
Clinton
the
Prairie, and
stage
Frankfort. This is, of course, the
mayor
grade
of the
that they
city
learned
of
Indiana
Frankfort, Chris McBarnes.
You can tell I'm in football season. Mayor Chris McBarnes, to make a proclamation.
Good afternoon, Frankfort and Clinton County. How are we doing today? Happy birthday, Indiana, the greatest state in the nation, the place we all call home. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor to be with you today. I want you to take a second and I want you to realize what we're doing here together today. We are a part of history today. We are living history. We are creating history. And I praise God. I give all the glory to God that we live in a country that's free, a republic that's strong, and a community that understands the sweet, sweet, sweet taste of freedom and why we are here. It's because of those veterans, the men, the women, the active military that fight for our freedom today, that we can stand in our little town square in the heartland of this great country and celebrate Indiana's 200th birthday. I sit here and I look out today and I see many faces that I can consider heroes of mine. I see faces of the greatest generation that this nation has ever seen. And I see one right now off to my left. I see my grandfather, Richard McBarnes. Hey, Grandpa, I love you. That man is my hero. Let me tell you why he is my hero. He has survived 96 years on this earth. He and his brothers and his sisters, when this world was facing uncertainty, when the world was caving in, when freedom was at stake, didn't ask any questions. They didn't stand back and wait for someone else to join the call. They went and they maintained the freedom that we enjoy today. Grandpa, we are sitting on this square today. These young people have a chance for freedom. So both to you and to all of our veterans in this audience and to the greatest generation this nation's ever seen, I want you to know how much we love you and how much we appreciate you. Today, our torch travels through our state and we celebrate the history. But ladies and gentlemen, this is also symbolic because we also see our young people here today. And young people, I'm speaking to you now. You know what's happening here today? We're not only celebrating Indiana's birthday, but our elders, the people who have made this country great, who have made our state great, they're handing that torch of freedom and liberty to us, to you and me. This is a great responsibility, young people. It's up to us now. The torch is handed off to us. And now what we do with it will define what they say about us 200 years from now. 200 years from now, will they say, have we lost our way? That we gave in to the immoralities of society, that we lost respect, that we didn't save the republic? I know they won't say that, young people, because I look out and I see future presidents, I see future mayors, I see future doctors and lawyers. Young people, let me tell you something. You can do anything in life that you set your mind to, and I am counting on you to carry in the footsteps that the greatest generation has left behind. Let's continue to carry this torch on. Let's not become complacent. Let's remain respectful to our elders. Let's strive for excellence. Let's work hard in school. And let's leave this country better than that of which we found it. Young people, will you join me in this fight? Can you help me with this? I can't hear you. Can you help me with this? I believe you. Our elders, do you support our young people in this mission? Give them a round of applause. I believe in you so much. In honor of this day, I'd like to close by delivering a proclamation. Whereas the Hoosier State is celebrating its 200th anniversary throughout 2016, and whereas as part of Indiana's year-long bicentennial celebration, a 3,200-mile journey is underway by 2,000 torchbearers showcasing Indiana's beautiful landscape, historically significant sites, and local interests as the torch is carried through its 92 counties. And whereas the Bicentennial Torch Relay began September 9th in Corydon, Indiana, the location of Indiana's first state capital, and will conclude on October 15th on the grounds of the State House in Indianapolis. And whereas the Bicentennial Torch Relay will come through 260 cities and towns in Indiana, 17 state and national parks, including Indiana Dunes, Turkey Run, Abraham Lincoln's boyhood home, and the Falls of Ohio. And whereas torchbearers from Indiana's 92 counties will make stops at 27 natural, state, and local sites of historical significance during the relay, including the Levi Coffin House and the Benjamin Harrison Presidential Site. And whereas the relay route will touch 22 college and university campuses throughout the great state of Indiana. And whereas the city of Frankfort and Clinton County are proud to be the 71st stop on the relay route on Thursday, October 6, 2016. And whereas the Bicentennial Torch Relay is a unique event as part of Indiana's 200th anniversary, by honoring the state's past, celebrating its present, and looking forward to its future as torchbearers symbolically pass the torch onto future generations of Hoosiers. Now, therefore, I, Chris McBarnes, in recognition of Frankfort and Clinton County's proud history and promising future, do hereby proclaim Thursday, October 6th, 2016 as Bicentennial Torch Relay Day in Frankfort. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll end with this. The answer lies in each and every single one of us. Let's you and I work hard to make sure Clinton County and Frankfort continues to be a torch of liberty, of progress, excitement, and a community that supports the next generation. I give all the glory to God, and I'm thankful today to be a Frankfort hot dog, and I'm even more thankful to be an Indiana Hoosier. Thank you so much.
Mayor McBarnes with his proclamation and those words of motivation and inspiration for both young and old here at the Bicentennial celebration.
Of the Wabash.
Banks of the Wabash now by the Fortissimo Choir of Frankfort.
Where I first received my lessons, nature's I long to see my mother in the doorway, as she stood there years ago, her voice to me. On the moon that's dancing night along the Wabash, from the river runs a breath of new day. Through the sycamores and candlelights are gleaming, on the banks of the Wabash doorway. Oh, the moon that's dancing night along the Wabash, from the fields that comes a breath of new day. Through the sycamores, the candlelights are gleaming, on the banks of the Wabash far
Frankfort High School. And joining them, some of the Prairie kids.
We are going to end today's
Clinton Central kids
ceremony
also helping
by
them out.
singing happy birthday to the state of Indiana. Happy 200th birthday. We ask that all the fourth graders please join us in singing.
here we
All
go.
the
Our
crowd
drone
join
is
us
in
in
place,
singing.
brought to you
Wave
by
your
Performance
flags
Ag.
and sing to the
And
drone,
we're going to
okay?
sing to the drone right now up there as the celebration will be coming to an end here as we sing happy birthday as we sing it out loud. Fantastic. Great job as the kids wave and the drone takes off. It's a great celebration today. A happy birthday party
This
for the state of
concludes our
Indiana.
ceremony. County schools, you will go be dismissed first. Kids, just watch your adult that has your flag so you know when to go
As
first,
Miss,
and the
Laura
band will
Archibald
play
is
us
gonna
out.
give her
Thank
final
you.
instructions, Russ. That concludes the celebration today. And if you're, us Indiana folks, I'm a transplant in Indiana. Been here for 33 years. Coming up
you
on
came
34.
from down south someplace.
I came from Louisiana, but I tell you, I lived all over the country, and no prouder today than I am as we celebrate this momentous occasion.
Well, congratulations for the Chamber of Commerce's part in putting this together with Carol Price. Looks like it was done very well, and we were blessed with wonderful weather as well.
Well, Carol Price is just a gem. I mean, when you talk about gems, she is such a great volunteer advocate. She is just a community advocate, and she does such a great job. Carol basically directed all of this, getting everything together. Chamber, a sponsor. Of course, we've been involved for the couple of years as we've been looking at celebrating this day as the torch coming in Clinton County, but so many sponsors. And then, of course, Casper Media started right here, right above Ellis Jewelers, some like 1959.
In the room, I believe, right next to us, if I'm not mistaken, when the deal was closed in 1959, they brought their checks, and the old owners that were selling it to Vern Casper and Lillian Casper gave them a bottle of aspirin in the closing, and I think I still have that bottle of aspirin in my office.
And knowing aspirin, it's probably still good. Well, we really appreciate all the folks, our fine sponsors, Ellis Jewelers, Encompass Credit Union, Wampler Services Incorporated, the Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, Susan Casper, State Farm Insurance, helping us out, and Performance Ag with the drone, Eric Franks of Performance Ag. If you need any implementation or seed, certainly call Eric Franks at Performance Ag, helping us out today and really helping us out on the last minute. We had another drone set up, but unfortunately that fell through. Eric came to us and really became a hero for us today.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I see Patty Keaton Parks. We'll be putting some pictures of this that Patty Keaton Parks has been snapping away. So we're looking forward to seeing those on Clinton County Daily News and the Facebook page for Clinton County Daily News. If you haven't liked us on Facebook for Clinton County Daily News, we'd love to have you do that.
Patty does a great job of getting those pictures on social media, and we appreciate all of that. And all of our men in blue, women in blue helping us out today, and our men in brown and our women in brown helping us out today. Our sheriff, Clinton County Sheriff's Department, and the Frankfort Police Department, the Frankfort Fire Department, the City of Frankfort Street Department, Parks Department, and of course all of our school corporations really coming to our aid today. And the great music from the bands, the county band, the all-county band, and of course our Frankfort Fortissimo choir, along with the Rossville singers and the Clinton Prairie singers and Clinton Central singers, all joining in today. This has been one school today.
So where do you think the torch is now?
The torch is probably, I don't know, Courtney probably knows better where the torch is. I don't know, but she's keeping up with the torch. So
she's also monitoring our feed.
I would say that the torch, as Eric Frank's taken off with the drone, but yeah, she's monitoring where the torch is. I would imagine it's getting pretty close to Rossville about right now.
Wow, that's a fast runner.
Well, Leroy.
Oh, that's right. They're going to do it by car.
Yeah, Leroy is in a car in that 1948 UMass. Or what was that called? That was I can't remember what it was now. Brought to you by Haynes, but by the Millers today. They brought the car to us. But anyway, that torch is now making its way north out of Clinton County, and they will take it up in Carroll County and will be in Delphi a little bit later on, around 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's where the torch will be sitting for a couple of hours, actually, as they have a display there on the Wabash Erie Canal. Well, Russ, I'm going to leave it back into your capable hands. I certainly appreciate Courtney and yourself and Casper Media and all of the folks with Casper Broadcasting, bringing this to folks all over the world. We have people streaming in literally all over the world to take a look at this great celebration here right on the courthouse square of Clinton County, the county seat of Frankfort. So for all of us at the Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, I'm going to say so long and turn it back over to Russ Casper.
Okay, thank you so much for your capable help, Shan. We really appreciate it, and we are honored to bring this to you. So there they are, and we'll. Hi, how are you? I've got you zeroed in there. Yes, there we go. I think, is that which group is that? Is that the Fortissimos? I'm not sure. We will find out. I see Rossville shirt there, and I see a lot of Rossville going on there. A lot of Rossville. Perfect. Well, we're going to archive it, so they'll be able to watch this and see themselves waving at us. And we're just having a lot of fun on the north side of the square. It's kind of fun. And Shan is going to go ahead and interview them. Oh, hold on here.
You here?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm with Pastor Leo Gonzalez. Pastor, you're on television. You're on the World Wide Web right now. Pastor, I see you got a United States cross pin. You got your red, white, and blue hat, your red, white, and blue tie. I know you're from Mexico, but you got to be proud today.
Amen, amen. That's a big celebration, and it's a privilege for me to be part of this big celebration. My kids grew up here, and I'm happy to live in a free country. And to me, this is community, when all together rejoice and as a family to celebrate this special occasion in Indiana. Thank you, Sean, very much for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you, Leo, for all you do. I talked to Leroy a little bit earlier, but thank you for all you do for our community, and we appreciate it. And you have your church right here on the square.
Amen. Amen. It's a pleasure, and we have a beautiful community. And thank you for everybody to come to support our community. Thank you, Sean, for all what you're doing for our community.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Leo. God bless you. God bless you. As they're tearing down here, again, we appreciate it. I'm going to get a hold of Bert Weaver. Bert, I could get you real quick. Bert Weaver, one of our commissioners here for Clinton County. Well, Bert, the celebration's over. We appreciate all the commissioners have done allowing us to do this right here on the courthouse lawn. How did this make you feel today?
Well, it was a very nice program. And obviously there's been a lot of effort by a lot of people to make this happen here. And I think everybody did a tremendous job. To include all the schools, the county schools did a great job.
Absolutely. And spoken from a husband of a teacher, that I'm sure she's going to be happy that you said that.
Very exciting to see the fourth graders because she was a fourth grade teacher.
Right.
I had several people ask me, why the fourth graders? And of course, that's where they start learning about Indiana history. So I think it was a good thing for the kids to learn and see. And I think the mayor and everybody spoke very well. A lot of good things were said. So
absolutely,
it's a good time for our community.
Well, we thank you, Bert. Appreciate it, Bert. A commissioner here, was president last year at the County Commissioners, doing a great job. We thank you for all you do.
Well, I appreciate it also, and it's nice to serve.
All right, thank you very much. Bert Weaver, Clinton County Commissioner, been here serving the last 3 years, and certainly have had a great influence on our county. So I'm going to try to get a hold of Mayor again one more time, Russ, and then we'll wrap it up. But I want to talk to him one more time and tell him after the fact of how he feels about everything. We got a chance to talk to him right prior to the celebration, Mayor. We got a chance to talk to you, and I know you're pumping with pride there for a little bit. How do you feel now? Everything's over. We kind of can relax a little bit, but what a great day for Frankfort and Clinton County.
Well, it was great to have the younger generation, Shan, because this was symbolic today. The generation of old is handing off that torch of progress and positivity, and we're putting the next 200 years of Indiana's future in these young people's hands. So to see these fourth graders here on this lawn today experiencing history, being surrounded by veterans from World War II, Vietnam, Korea, seeing those people, understanding the significance of freedom and what it means, how can you not get choked up? They are the future. And if we can make them a part of it and make them feel important and special, which they are, boy, it will be phenomenal. And that's what we got done today. So it was special to be a part of it. And yeah, I'm a little biased, but the torch came through the greatest city in the state today.
Absolutely.
It did. I mean, there's no beating around the bush. It did.
We totally agree. Now, before we get out of here, my mom is watching from New Mexico, and she thinks you're the greatest thing since sliced, the greatest thing since me. So,
Mrs. Sheridan,
is Miss Gardner.
Mrs. Gardner, you raised a wonderful young man. He keeps me out of trouble an awful lot. I love him to death, and I love you. So we're sending kisses and hugs from Indiana.
Well, she loves keeping up with what's going on in Frankfort and loves listening to you speak. So, and anytime you get a chance to sing, she likes to hear you sing too.
Well, we have some extra homes here in Frankfort, so come on.
Love to have her back up here in Frankfort.
Oh, great city. Come join us.
Well, Mayor, thank you so much for what you do. Appreciate it, and we're looking forward to the next 200.
We are, Shan. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Mayor McBarnes, we appreciate it. All the folks here having a great time, Russ. I'm going to go ahead and sign off as the Fortissimo Choir making their way off the courthouse square. Most of the fourth graders are now on the bus, and they'll be headed back to their school. And for Casper Media and for the Chamber of Commerce and all of our fine sponsors, and for the Clinton County Healthy Communities and Carol Price, thank you so much for listening and viewing in today.
You've been listening to the torch ceremony from downtown Frankfort on the north side of the square, brought to you by Ellis Jewelers, Encompass Credit Union, Wampler Services Incorporated, Clinton County Chamber of Commerce, and Susan Casper State Farm Insurance. Thank you so much for joining us. For Casper Media, this is Russ Casper.